My name's Rick Stratton. I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I will be your hypnotist for today. Before we get started, though, I'm going to show you a quick hypnotic technique that works really, really well. Here's what we're going to do. I will count to 3. On the count of 3, I'd like you all to applaud, scream, and shout. Make as much noise as you possibly can. Subconsciously, these people walking by are going to feel like they're missing something. They will come over to see what's going on. We get a few more people to hypnotize, a few more people to start the show with. What do you think? Are you with me, people? Nice and loud. Say yeah.
Yeah.
Loud as you can. 1, 2, 3. That ought to do it. Right this way. Hypnosis show. Let's all sleep together. They don't laugh. Here comes a few of them anyhow. All right, before we get started, a couple quick questions. Be honest. You will not hurt my feelings, but by applause, how many people think hypnosis is fake? Applaud now if you think it's fake. It's all right. There's always a few. By applause, how many people would actually like to become hypnotized and be on stage? Applaud now. Wait, it's the same people. Out of curiosity, how many people are just hanging around to see their friends bark like a dog and cluck like a chicken? There's the crowd I'm used to. Yeah, it's funny. I do this show all over the country. I go city to city year-round performing my hypnosis show. Everywhere I go, people are worried if they volunteer to come up on stage that I'm going to make them do weird things. Well, I'm here to tell you today, hypnosis does not work that way. A hypnotized person will not do anything hypnotized, just that they wouldn't do in their ordinary waking state. Just because you're hypnotized does not mean that you would ever violate your own ethical code, such as that may be. So here's the deal, people. You're not going to do anything weird unless you're a weird person. Yeah. By applause, anybody bring weird people with them? Woo! All right, we got that to look forward to. You see, we have all been hypnotized many, many times before. As a matter of fact, we are all in and out of the hypnotic trance each and every day, whether you realize it or not. Let me give you an example. By applause, how many people have ever driven their car on a long trip, got there, then didn't remember the trip? Applaud now if that's ever happened to you.
Yeah.
Well, you've been hypnotized. You see, every time you daydream, every time you get lost in a good book or a good movie, you actually go into the hypnotic trance. You go through hypnosis to fall asleep. You know that time just before you fall asleep when your body's very relaxed and your mind is drifting? That is the hypnotic trance. The only difference between that and what we're going to do in just a few minutes is that rather than letting your mind drift, I will be suggesting thoughts. So I think you guys ready to do it? You ready to start the show? Let's say, yeah, get me in the mood. Remember, of all of us, I'm the only one here at work. Oh, a couple quick things. I would ask that if you participate in today's demonstration of hypnosis, that you be in good health. Not that hypnosis is dangerous for you. As a matter of fact, hypnosis is perfectly safe. But if you have a bad back or a heart condition or a broken bone or anything like that, please do not participate. I'd hate to have anybody up here and re-injure an old injury. Here's an important one. If the person next to you should zone out and fall face first in your lap, please, leave them alone. Trust me on this one, people. They are having more fun than you are. In a few minutes, you're going to see people zoning out right and left. Don't worry about it. Expect it. I have been doing the show for over 20 years. I have yet to lose a subject. Trust me, I will have everybody up and on their feet by the end of the show. All right, with all that in mind, 3 things must happen for hypnosis to occur: imagination, concentration, and relaxation. The first thing we're going to do are a few hypnotic susceptibility tests. These will teach you to become hypnotized, and they will show me who the best hypnotic subjects are. They're fun, they're safe, they're easy, they're very interesting. If you would like to participate in today's demonstration of hypnosis, and personally, here's what I'd like to say about volunteering. I would recommend that everyone volunteer to be hypnotized. This is a very unique and interesting experience, one that you and your friends will be talking about for quite some time. If you would like to participate in today's demonstration of hypnosis, perhaps become hypnotized, empty your hands now. Put your feet flat on the ground. Hold your hands out in front of you like this, and close your eyes now. When your eyes are closed, do your very best to do exactly as I say. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose to capacity. And as you exhale, simply imagine now that you are very relaxed and very focused on the sound of my voice. In a moment, I'm going to have you imagine objects. It's important that you not try too hard or resist. Simply relax and see the objects as clearly as possible in your mind's eye. But for now, take another nice deep breath in through the nose to capacity. Slowly exhale, and with your right hand, make a fist now. And imagine now that you're holding onto a bucket that is very heavy, half full of sand, weighs about 50 pounds. It's pulling your arm down towards the ground. In your mind's eye, feel the weight of the bucket as it pulls your arm down towards the ground. Your mind's eye, see your arm, see the bucket, see the ground behind. Actually feel your muscles struggle to hold up an extremely heavy object. Make this as real as you possibly can. Excellent. Bring your attention to your other hand. Make a fist and imagine now you're holding onto a string leading up to a large red helium-filled balloon that is extremely light and it's pulling your arm high into the sky. Feel the lightness in your arm as the balloon goes higher and higher into the sky. Your mind's eye, see your arm, see the balloon, see the sky behind. Actually feel your arm being pulled into the air. Make this as real as you can. Now bring your attention back to the bucket. Imagine another 50 pounds of sand being poured into the bucket. Feel the bucket get heavier and heavier. Back to the balloon. Imagine the balloon getting larger and larger, lighter and lighter, till it would float away with you if it wasn't for the weight of the bucket holding you down. I'd like everyone now to open their eyes and look at the position of your arms. Got some people over here look like they're riding the subway, don't they? All right, if your arms are no longer parallel to the ground, drop your arms and applaud now. No longer parallel to the ground? All right, this is going to be easy. All right, people, think about what just happened here. You held a thought in your mind. You had a physical response. This is what hypnosis will do. What we're going to be doing a lot more work with in just a few minutes. Also, there are 4 levels of hypnosis. If your arms were no longer parallel to the ground, you have reached the first level of hypnosis called awakening suggestion. And congratulations, people who do well on that test tend to be of higher intelligence and more creative. And apparently very proud, yes. Because when they think of a thought, they don't just think about it. They have that focus that allows them to go there in their mind and become part of the scene. It's generally considered to be a very artistic skill. All right, let's try one more, and then I will be asking for volunteers to come up on stage. And once again, I would recommend that everyone come up on stage. This is a very interesting and unique experience. I'd like everyone now to clasp your hands like this. Stare at the backs of your hands now. Keep your gaze at all times on the backs of your hands. And once again, do your very best to do exactly as I say. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose to capacity. Slowly exhale and imagine once again that you are now very relaxed and very focused on the sound of my voice. I'd like you to imagine now, lodged between the palms of your hands, a small gelatin capsule filled with a glue that is so strong it could glue your hands together in such a manner you could not pull your hands apart no matter how hard you tried. Now, I know you can pull your hands apart. You know you can pull your hands apart. But the way the human mind works is that in order to pull your hands apart, you'd have to think about it. This is a test of your mental strength, your mental ability to hold one thought only. And if you can hold the one thought and the one thought only, that your hands are stuck together, you will find it totally impossible to pull your hands apart. But for now, take another nice deep breath in through the nose to capacity. Slowly exhale and squeeze your hands together tightly now. Imagine the small gelatin capsule popping open. Feel the glue seeping through the palms of your hands, gluing your hands together, locking and binding your hands together. Squeeze your hands together even tighter now. Imagine the glue seeping through your fingers, gluing your fingers together, locking and binding your hands together in such a manner that the harder you try to pull your hands apart, the less likely you will be able to. Hold the one thought and the one thought only, that your hands are stuck together. You're going to find it totally impossible to pull your hands apart. Go ahead and try to pull your hands apart now. It will be totally impossible. The harder you try, the less likely you're able to. If your hands are stuck together now, stop trying to pull them apart. Allow them to stick together even tighter. Do exactly as I say. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose to capacity, and as you exhale, stand up now, allowing your hands to stick together even tighter as you stand up. Stand up now, allowing your hands to stick together even tighter. Once you are standing, do exactly as I say. Nice deep breath in through the nose to capacity. Exhale and come on up on stage now. people in the audience, nice warm round of applause for our volunteers. All right, people who are standing, come on up on stage, form a couple lines in front of the chairs. Also, anybody who would like to volunteer to be hypnotized, come on up on stage now. I can use as many people as possible, and once again, I would just recommend that everyone come up on stage. This is a very unique experience. They look like good Catholics on their way to communion, don't they? I just form a couple lines. Please remain standing. Couple things. For the purposes of demonstration, I'm interested in working with only the best subjects. If I send any of you back into the audience, please don't take it personally. Like I said, just want to work with the best possible subjects. If your hands are stuck together now, watch my hand. As I count from 3 to 0, you're going to relax your arms, relax your shoulders, relax your mind, relax your thoughts. Your hands will come apart normally and naturally as they would any other time. 3, feel your shoulders relaxing now. 2, arms relaxing. 1, 0. Release the thought that your hands are stuck together. Your hands come apart normally and naturally as they would any other time. All right, if you're 12 years of age or younger, head back to your seat in the audience. Thanks a lot, guys. I have a few more people than I can use, and frankly, the adults are funnier. Could have you head back to your seat in the audience, too? People in the audience, nice warm round of applause for our volunteers. Everyone on stage, hold your right hand out in front of you like this. Stare at the backs of your right hand now. Keep your gaze at all times on the back of your right hand. I'd like you to imagine now that your right arm is stiff and rigid. So stiff and rigid that you cannot bend your arm no matter how hard you try. Imagine now a steel rod going from the palm of your hand through your elbow to your shoulder. An extremely heavy, thick steel rod that it is absolutely impossible to bend. Hold the one thought and the one thought only that your right arm is stiff and rigid. You're going to find it totally impossible to bend your arm. Go ahead and try to bend your arm now. It will be totally impossible. Try 10 times as hard, 20 times as hard. Can I have you have a seat on the chair back there? Keep trying to bend your arm. Can I have you have a seat on the first chair? Keep trying to bend your arm. The harder you try, the less likely you will be able to. Can I have you have a seat on the chair back there? Try 10 times as hard, 20 times as hard. Can I have you have a seat on the chair behind you? Can I have you have a seat on the chair? Can I have you have a seat on this chair over there? Keep trying to bend your arm. The harder you try, the less likely you will be able to. Can I have you have a seat on the chair over there? Release that thought now and your arm bends normally and naturally as it would any other time. I know, this is a little freaky, isn't it? I did this once for a 90-year-old man. He said, "You made my arm stiff and rigid. Why don't you do something I could use?"